Tees. I'm Matt.
I'm Waldo, and I'm still trying to figure out why you just pressed the record button when we didn't know what was next.
And we're Face4Wrestling, and we don't know what we're about to talk about.
But we are still driving all through East Texas right now. We're about 100 miles into our trip.
It's very smelly.
Yeah, we just passed by a coal mining place.
Coal miner's daughter? Patsy Cline? Was that Patsy Cline? Which one was the coal miner?
And there's a lot of natural gas used around this area. So we try to make it sure that we're through here first before we stop for our first break, because the last thing we want to do is strike a match and go boom.
What was the coal miner's daughter?
Meg, low, mark, go boom.
That's a deep cut.
What?
Loretta Lynn, sorry.
Loretta Lynn?
No,
Okay.
yeah, Meg Lamar Go Boom. That's a deep cut. So I do know what we're going to talk about. I was giving you a chance to choose a topic, but I already know. We're not going to use the trademark name of another popular wrestling video blog series that exists.
Do they use potatoes?
They might know about potatoes.
Potato.
So we're not going to use their phrasing. We're instead going to call it our guy or gal stable.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
The criteria: can't be a world champion on a global level. So no Fed, no AEW, we'll throw them in there. No WCW, no NWA. Any other company you want to throw in there?
With the exception of, can we use like a Garvin? He was a I know, but he was a transitional.
Cannot be in your guy or gal stable.
And they can't be in the promotion?
Huh?
They can't be in the promotion?
What do you mean?
You just said he was in the NWA. Yeah, I'm aware.
He was NWA champion.
Oh, okay. You said he was in the NWA.
No, they can't be the champion.
Oh, okay.
Of one of those promotions.
What about, now this is a little bit controversial. NWA from like 1987, 88 to 2010.
I don't know if you have somebody specific in mind, but I'm gonna go steadfast. No
I'm not trying to disparage the NWA.
If you name a person, we'll discuss.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
I know who mine's going to be right off the bat for my first guy.
What's that?
Hugh Morris.
Is he running the stable?
He's in my guy gal stable. We're only going to go 5.
Okay. Can't be a world champion, right?
Can't be. No Stardom world champions. Hugh Morris.
World champion.
Hugh Morris. No red belts.
Okay.
Hugh Morris.
There's another deer. I'm going to end up slapping these deer in the new brush guard.
Hugh Morris was one of the first wrestlers that I was mesmerized by.
Okay.
One, he was the laughing man, and his name is Hugh Morris. He was a big dude who did the
That name was terrible.
Huh?
That name was terrible.
No, it's a great name. He did the big moonsault. I didn't really know Bam Bam at the time, so a big man doing a moonsault was brand new for me.
Yeah.
He's just one of the first wrestlers that really drew my attention to wrestling and got me into it. So Hugh Morris is in my guy gal stable.
Can we have a manager?
We'll do 2 managers at the end.
Okay. I'm trying to think, because you got me all messed up with the whole... Oh, actually, I know who the first person I would get.
Okay.
We said him in the last video. Karate.
Good choice. Good choice. For those who don't know,
The question mark.
Questioning what I was going to give you a thing.
Sorry.
We're talking about the question mark from NWA.
Karate.
Good choice. Did a lot for the business that he'll never get credit for because of the way the character was written or created.
Yeah.
Kudos to that dude.
And
R.I.P.
Yeah. Gone way too soon.
Yeah.
Next.
For me, number 2.
How many are we getting of these, by the way?
We're going 5.
Okay.
So I make them count.
Okay.
I'm throwing this person in my stable because I know I probably won't be for too much longer. Tam.
All right, fine. I got one for you too. Hazuki.
You don't even want to discuss Tam?
No, you make a good logical argument. That's why I got Hazuki.
Hazuki's also a good choice.
Yeah. No, why would you not want Tam in your stable? Why would you not want Hazuki? There's so many other people that we wish we could name but we can't based off of your criteria.
Momo. Well, no, these meet the criteria. Let's make a new rule.
Yeah.
Before you choose Suzuki, before I choose Tam, one stardom personnel.
Okay. So
otherwise, it's going to be Tam, Momo.
Yeah, the rest of them.
Starlight.
Yeah.
So you can retract Hazuki if you want.
No, I'm not.
I'm sticking with Hazuki.
Sticking with Hazuki.
I'm going to stick with Tam.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've gotten question mark and Hazuki. That's a solid stable right off the bat.
Yeah.
I watched them in the stable. I'm going Tam and Hugh Morris. Mine's a little weaker, I'll admit. Hugh Morris a little bit weaker than question mark. Who's your number 3?
Making it very difficult for the criteria here.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go him. Like, I like him. He's a phenomenal wrestler.
You don't like him.
But I don't like him.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Hold on, cut this out real quick because I don't want you to forget. Who were you going to say?
Kurt Hennig.
Okay, continue.
Because, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Tam. You don't have to, make a good argument.
Yeah, you make a good argument, but... there's so many names that are popping to mind that I just don't want to say them all at once.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
And then at the same time, we also have the criteria that you put out, all the rules and everything.
I think that's why I'm kind of going a little cheesier with mine.
Yeah.
Like a Hugh Morris. Because I feel like other people aren't running around choosing Hugh Morris.
That's true,
Yeah. But he was impactful to me. Like, he's a big part of why I'm a wrestling fan. Damn, Ronnie Garvin sent him that title match.
I know, right? God
He
dang it.
really wants Ron Garvin.
I do want Ronnie Garvin in my stable.
Why don't you take Jimmy Garvin?
Bullet Bob Armstrong.
Scott Armstrong.
James Armstrong.
No. So Scott, the match, going back to what I said, like people who influenced me into wrestling, Scott Armstrong versus Mike Rotunda, also known as IRS for the TV title, is legitimately the match that made me a wrestling fan. And the underneath babyfaceedness of Scott Armstrong in that match, he's always going to be one of my peeps.
Well,
Bullet Bob.
Bullet Bob was always regarded as a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah.
Trained so many people, knew the ring inside and out. If you go back and watch some of his matches, is he flashy for what's going on today? No, absolutely not. But you know what kind of matches I like. I don't want to say that there's a specified place for everything on a card, but I want everything on my card, but I also want it compartmentalized.
No, I got you.
While playing into the whole organization as well too. So like, for example, I have the question mark in my stable, right? Should Bullet Bob and question mark for me be in the same segment? Well, yeah, because they're in the same stable, but I'm saying if they weren't. No, I would not want that.
I would watch that.
To see the awkwardness of Bullet Bob in there, sure.
To see if question mark can make him crack.
Yeah, I got that. But I'm saying, like, for me, I wouldn't want them in the, like, I'm all for opening the show up with a quick boom and then running a B story through the show up into the A line and stuff like that. But also, I don't want it to be so compartmentalized that you can't remember what happened to previous commercial break, if that makes sense.
It does.
And with Bullet Bob, you can place him anywhere on that card, and he will be the Swiss Army knife of that wrestling company. And everybody learns from it too.
Gotcha.
So he's more than just a wrestler. He's like a hidden trainer / guru.
I'm going to have to take a hit on this because I know you're not going to edit it out for me.
Okay.
I didn't mean Scott Armstrong, I meant Brad. Brad Armstrong. It really was, the match was impactful. Brad Armstrong.
Brad Armstrong, out of all the kids,
Yeah.
was probably the one that worked the most. I will say even over Road Dogg.
Yeah.
Road Dogg will be the first to tell you. He didn't wrestle that much.
He just got all the charisma.
Yeah. If you could take all the Bullet Bob's kids and mash them all together into one, you'd have somebody bigger than The Rock.
Higher powers combined.
Right. Who's your next one?
So for my next one, tough call. But again, I'm getting her in there before I can't. Genocide.
Ooh, that's good. But you're at 4 already, right?
Genocide's my fourth. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
No, I'm debating. Maybe I'll give you one here. I'm debating between Genocide and Kyle. But I think I'm giving it to Genocide. Just because she's not saying Colin's not, but Genocide's such a lovely person in real life.
Well, I actually got one to throw for you at the end of this.
Okay.
I know that yesterday we talked about the Minnesota Record Group.
Yeah.
So for that, I want my last 4 and 5.
I'll go 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Ole and Arn. I don't want. We talked about the Brain Busters yesterday.
Yeah.
This was before we started recording and everything. I thought Ole and Arn were a good tag team in one of the original incarnations of the Horsemen.
Yeah.
Arn, in particular, for me, has always been woefully underrated as a wrestler. He was that perfect number 2 and was so good at it that unfortunately he got stuck at it.
I think there's been a weird...
And Ole just because he's a butthole.
I think there's been a weird kickback in like the past couple years or so. I don't feel like Arn is underrated anymore. And I'm not saying he should be. But he's almost become shoved down people's throats a little too much.
Because of the
Not
manager.
by him,
Yeah.
but by the wrestling community going, Arn Anderson's so good. Don't forget Arn Anderson's good. And it's like, we always knew that.
It's like they're
So
making
the
up
fact
for
that
lost
you're-
time.
Yeah. So I have never considered him underrated for that reasoning. But my number 5. My number 5. I Spy with my little eye. Number 5. This is tough. It's easier to pick my favorite champions or my favorite people and like not slap criteria on it. Number 5. I feel like I haven't given the Fed any love in this category.
Okay.
I can't do the Miz because he's champion. He beat Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He would be if it wasn't for that fact. So I'm gonna go with somebody who I've become more of a fan of outside of the ring, but I want him in my group because of it. Tyler Breeze. I love the stuff he does on Up, Up, Down, Down with Austin Creed / Xavier Woods / everything else he likes to call himself. But I think Tyler Breeze has a little bit more of the charisma and charm to help that show make it, or that channel make it. I'm going to go with Tyler Breeze just because I kind of want to hang out with a dude, talk Pokemon cards, and flipping houses.
Yeah. So that was your 5th one?
That's my 5th.
Okay. You said 2 managers?
2 managers.
I know who my first manager is.
Okay.
Okay?
He was never a world champion?
Yep.
Did he manage a world champion?
No.
I'm just asking.
No.
I'm not throwing that criteria out there. I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Briefly. And I mean briefly.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Who?
You got?
Who do you think?
I think you might be talking about one Bobby Brain Heenan.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I thought about it and I was like, I love me some Bobby Heenan. But I need somebody a little bit more mischievous.
Okay.
From Florida.
Okay.
More dungeony.
Okay.
More doomy.
Okay.
Kevin Sullivan.
I know that.
Yeah, okay.
I knew who you meant. Kevin Sullivan's a good choice. He doesn't really fit your stable. But good choice.
He could and he couldn't. Because I was thinking about everybody that I put in the stable so far.
But here's my thing. I always thought Kevin Sullivan had weird stables.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, here's this satanic evil man, and he's managing
Question mark.
Rick Steiner and
The Varsity Club.
Varsity Club. Like, why? Why is this a thing?
Because it works.
It doesn't, but it does. So I'll give you that. I'm gonna follow along those lines. Somebody we talked about recently. Depending on how you know him, James Vandenberg, James Mitchell, Father Mitchell. One of my favorite managers.
Now,
I don't think he ever had that gimmick that put him right where he needed to be, and I want to help him get there.
that is true, and I give him that. But that's also because he's one of the, like Kevin Sullivan, he's very pinpoint to a certain wrestler.
I was going to say, the closest he got was as the Sinister Minister with Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah.
But then they threw Tajiri in there, and it didn't really
Make any sense whatsoever.
Sense anymore. Yeah.
And Tadgers, God bless him.
Love Tadgers.
Yeah, it wasn't working.
Yeah. I like Wrath and Mortis was also close, but then they pulled the plug.
But also was, man, that was another one we talked about last night, which we could finish up. The storyline up,
Glacier should have been on my boys' stable, and I kind of regret that he's not.
Man,
I'm sticking with High Priest.
No, I got you.
I feel like Glacier is the safe choice. That's why I wanted to kind of branch out.
Yeah, but
Second manager or valet.
My second manager is a more serious manager.
Yeah.
I love me some Kevin Sullivan, but I know he's going to be off, causing havoc against brother, bringing in more monster trucks. So I got to have a manager that makes the serious matches, so that way the question mark can get his title shot.
Okay.
JJ Dillon.
Okay.
I've always been a horseman guy myself, but it's JJ for me was that first dedicated manager that you really thought that was actually doing stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like as a manager.
Shout out to Paul Bear. Go ahead.
Right, and but JJ was first.
Yeah, no, I got you. I just wanted to shout out Paul Bear.
Yeah, and like you really thought that like when Flair got his matches, or when or Arn and Tully were out there, or whatever the case may be, or like when Mongo came in, JJ was still loose. JJ was still loosely affiliated with them at that time, loosely.
Yeah.
But you always thought it was like it's JJ in the back doing something.
Mongo's another good choice for somebody stable too, by the way.
You see, I thought he had a world championship, even if it was just ever briefly. No, he had the U.S. champion.
Yeah. Underappreciated in his time.
By the way, if you don't know already, and I don't know the link to it, but Mongo has ALS.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, I think they have something set up. Definitely swing by and take a look. I'll try to put the comment or link in below.
So I got one more manager to finish this video off.
Which is good because we're pulling into Centerville.
Yeah, that's one of our key stopping grounds.
It's like our halfway point.
I want a manager. I was gonna play a trick and be like, didn't like Hall and Nash pretend to have a manager's card, but I don't want to be sneaky with my choice. I'm gonna go with, but I also don't want somebody like. I'm trying to be a little hipster with it. I'm gonna go with. Remember them?
What?
I'm kidding.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I need me a serious manager as well. You know who I'm gonna go with? Actually, that just popped in my head.
Who's that?
I was a fan of Yoko Ono.
From the Beatles?
From the Beatles.
What?
Cut that.
No. You're
Yes,
talking about Sonny. You're talking about
Ono.
Sonny Ono.
Sonny Ono, yeah.
I'm not cutting that.
You are cutting.
Oh no.
You are. Anyway, yeah, Sonny Ono. I'm gonna go with Sonny Ono as my serious. And that's gonna be the end of our video.
Don't forget, everyone is different and everyone is good.